I think of my grandparents, the struggles that they have to even comprehend the technological world that exists today, the way things have changed, the paradigms that they grew up on, that they understand, don't even exist anymore. It's a whole new world, and they will never adapt to it. They will never fit in with it. They will never understand it. It will never become anything more than fantasy to them. They tell me that I live in fantasy about the way the world is and the way the world should operate, but the truth is that they do. The old way of doing things is now fantasy. It is now something for history books, something for thinkers to imagine what used to be and what no longer is. They have no idea. They're not even tapped into the media that would inform them of what's going on in the world. They're still living in the 1980s. And the 80s is just as far away from today as the 50s were, as the 50s are. And the thing is that the people who can't envision where we're going in the next 100 years, in the next 50 years, who think that my vision of where we'll be is fantasy, well, they're just as outdated as my grandparents are, and they don't know it yet. And it's going to hit them a lot harder and a lot sooner. And they're going to be totally on the outs, totally unprepared. So this is my final statement, because I'm not going to argue with people who lack vision. I'm not going to debate, and I'm incapable of describing where we're going. It's a visionary question. I see it. I see it, it's tangible, it's real, it's practical, it's happening. You think it's fantasy, and that's your problem. If you can't see it, there's nothing I can do for you. You've got to open your eyes, you've got to imagine it, you've got to be the dreamers of the past who saw today, living in today and seeing tomorrow. Otherwise, it's going to sneak up on you just as it has my grandparents.